Good morning, everybody. Oh man, it's been a while. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking this easy. I'm still kind of in a weird place from this whole like stuck at home, away from the world thing. I just kind of don't feel myself. I mean, I don't feel bad necessarily. I put out a tweet, and if you didn't see it, I said that these last few weeks I've just not felt on at all, and by that I mean, I haven't felt like, I don't know, like video games have been like kind of a struggle, the ones I've been playing, and it's just been kind of tough. Kind of getting the motivation, I guess, would be the thing. So, yeah, let's do this. Hopefully this works. I haven't used this in a long time. Also, I haven't shaved since I've been home, so that's the thing. I shaved like the day I came home. Yeah, that still works. I might be blocking something, but we'll see. Alright, so I've been playing this a lot, honestly. It's been a great way to pass time. What's up, anyone? Morning, dude. Oh yeah, it's still kind of early there. I was going to be on about an hour ago, but fun fact, when you forget what the email that you use for your Streamlabs bot is, there's basically no way to get that back, that I found. So I had to basically guess for an hour until I finally figured it out. Yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, this might look familiar to some of you. It's actually a different build from what I've played before, but it uses Cyclone. So if you guys have watched me play, you probably saw that Cyclone build where it had the Ice Novas come out and everything froze and shattered. Well, this is not that. This is a physical build that uses like high damage foils, a lot of critical. I made both these myself. They're not great, but 371 physical DPS is pretty good. There's a lot of new stuff since I've played last, so I'm gonna go over it real quick. The Atlas is completely different. This is all new. Now instead of the Shaper in the middle, you've got the four Guardians, the Elder Slayers. So the Hunter, the Redeemer, the Warlord, and the Crusader. And they each have their own armor and like their own stuff, which is all right here. So you've got, I always forget which is which. This is Redeemer. This is Crusader, Conqueror, and Hunter. So you have that on top of Shaper items and Elder items. Now, because of all this, they've created a really cool way to basically have multiple. It used to be that you could only have, like, if you had a Shaper item, it was a Shaper item, or an Elder item if it was an Elder item. But now with all of these, they've created these really cool things called Awakener's Orbs. You get these from, like, the final boss encounter and stuff. And they're very expensive, but destroys an item, applying its influence to another of the same item class. The second item is reforged as a rare item with both influence types and new modifiers. So now you can have dual influence items. So this one, as you can see at the top, like by the name, it has the Warlord symbol on the left and the Crusader on the right. No, that's not right. Crusader on the left and Warlord on the right. Yeah, I knew it was those two. So even though this is kind of garbage looking, there's like no resists really or anything else on it. The socket attacks have -15 to total mana cost. Is a Conqueror's affix. And enemies you kill explode, dealing 3% of their life as physical, is a Crusader's affix. You can see it right there. It says of the Conquest and Crusaders. So what I did is I had a -15 to total mana cost Astral Plate, and then I just spent like 2 days trying to get the enemies you kill explode modifier on a Crusader's chest, and then I Awakener Orb Crusader's chest, and then hit this, and it destroyed the other chest, and put that on this. So what that means is you'll notice I have very little mana, 33 available mana. Well, Cyclone is free because Cyclone is in here, and it normally costs like 9 mana, so minus 15 total mana cost makes it cost nothing. So I can sit here and do this all day, and it costs me nothing. And I have Leap Slam bound to, if you look over here, you'll see my life move. Right down here. So I'm actually using Blood Magic for that, so I never have to stop using Leap Slam. And then my other abilities are like 19 mana, 16 mana, nothing over 33. So most of my abilities cost no mana, which is really cool and a new thing. And this league specifically with Delirium, you'll see here in a minute, there's a lot of clutter visually, and a lot of things that do like on death effects. So and there's like Detonate Dead and stuff like that. Well, here's the cool thing: enemies you kill explode means that they leave no corpses. It destroys their body. So Detonate Dead doesn't work. There's no corpses to detonate. I believe things like the porcupine monsters, the crazy looking like two-legged things that when you kill them they shoot out spikes everywhere. I think they don't shoot out spikes if you explode them. There's still a lot of good things about this, and these are very expensive. So if I do, let me do this. Let me do Astral Plate. Then we do enemies you kill explode, healing their life is physical, and do total mana costs. This should work. Is that not right? Socketed attacks. Do total mana. There it is. These bases are incredibly expensive. 9 exalts just to start. Yeah. And this one's about the same as mine. It's got a bunch of garbage tier stuff with life crafted. So it's about this. Mine's worth probably about 9 exalts. That's a lot. It's a lot of currency. And then of course, if you go down and you get into like the really, really, really like high end stuff, you can find ones that actually have like other like resists. And yeah, it's not cheap. So instead of saving up to buy one, I was like, you know what's going to be fun? It's going to be a lot of fun to just. Also, let me turn down the music. Not super loud, but still. I thought I'd make my own. It's the first time I've ever really tried crafting anything like this. Also, that 2% physical damage reduction isn't bad. It doesn't seem like much, but it's not terrible. I've got a bunch of other things, like I made my own Assassin's Mark ring. It's just Shaper ring. And so that means when I hit enemies, they take more criticals and all sorts of good stuff. Everything else is just kind of basic. Starkanjas for a lot of dexterity because I need it. Like I said, my weapons, my boots are nothing special. Basically, at this point, what I'm doing is just trying to upgrade things. Got some attack speed gloves with a few resists and a little bit of, and like, those aren't bad, honestly. This could be a lot better. Better resists. My passive tree is nothing amazing. It's just kind of basic. But what we use to do damage as physical is Impale. Where's all the Impale stuff? Oh, where's the Impale stuff? Oh, it's up here. So, because I have Dread Banner, which is Impale stuff, I have a bunch of things on the passive tree, I have a bunch of different stuff, my chance to Impale is actually 100%, but it says 60 right here. Let me go into a map and I'll show you. Do a tier 16. Why not? I'm gonna get super dead. Also, this build is kind of low health, but it has a lot of layers of defense. So... the really cool thing about this, though, is I'm doing pure physical damage, and I cannot take reflected physical damage. So I can do elemental and physical reflect maps, which is actually kind of sick. Nemesis, accuracy, yeah, this is great. And I'm doing Shaper Influence because I need a new, like, high eye level Shaper ring that I can mess with and get better crafts on, because that's kind of junky. There's one resist. It does have int, but I can do better. Okay, let's do it. So I also have, and I forgot to mention this, on my secondary Sinvicta's Medal, I had this on my other character too. You kill one enemy with it, you get Rampage, which is a huge movement speed buff. I believe, like, quantity of drops buff, or rarity, one of the two. Yeah, it doesn't tell you on here. But anyway, then I can switch back, and I've got Rampage, so it makes clearing a lot faster. Then I've got Blood Rage for attack speed and Leech.
Who's the true
stuff.
criminal? The one behind bars, or the one who tortures him?
I don't know why it still says 60% chance to impale. Oh, because that's not my Cyclone. There we go. 100%. So Impale, when you hit something and it impales them, the next 5 hits do 10% of the damage you impaled them for. So think of it like a 50% increased damage modifier, or more damage modifier, over the course of multiple hits. So if you're one-shotting stuff, it doesn't matter, but... yeah. So we use this. Switch back. You'll see the counter up there. Counting up my kills with Rampage. It only lasts a few seconds, though. Where's the Delirium thing? Alright, well, I'm gonna lose my Rampage, but I need to find the Delirium thing. Also, hello? I break the game a little bit? But you can see these explosions, and I think, although don't quote me on this, I think because I scale physical damage and the explosion does physical, I think that 3% becomes more like 20% from all the physical damage scaling I've got. Although I'm not 100% positive, but I think so. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. There's supposed to be a Delirium event at the beginning of the map, and it just didn't show up. It's just kind of great watching entire packs of enemies just explode. Annoying. And yes, this build is capable of going much faster, but I'm just warming up right now. Trying not to die immediately. Alright, Cassia, show me your stuff. What you got? Oh, God. I shouldn't die here, but no promises.
Pump.
Yeah, we're good. It's a little weird because I am still technically a melee build, even though I've got decent area of effect. Actually, let me swap over. This is my bigger area of effect ability. I have both Blood and Sand and what is it? Blood and... I always forget. Flesh and Stone, Blood and Sand. So, like, they swap at the same time, and one of them is definitely better for, like, this version is better for clearing. Hello. And then the other one is more damage, but lower area of effect for bossing. To be honest, though, I've been using the lower area of effect one pretty much all the time for more damage, and it's been fine. But here's the bigger AoE one. You can see that blue circle now is how big my damage is, so. Still works perfectly well. Alright, there was no Delirium thing in here. That is so weird. Alright. And I'm not doing the boss on that map because he's terrible. I don't know why I keep all this stuff, but now that I've gotten, like, kind of, like, the bug of crafting and, like, mashing things together with this, chest piece, a lot of this stuff I'm keeping just because eventually I may want to make, like, dual influence items all over the place, depending on what I can find, so... Right now, I'm just kind of keeping all of it. I'll probably never use it.
How are your maps? Stay inquisitive.
Now, let's find a map that actually has Delirium, maybe? Fine. Oh, Minotaur's such a pain. Alright, let's do it. Yep, this is gonna hurt. So these bosses got a huge buff a few months back, and they are very difficult. I'm gonna put my lower AoE version back on for this.
One of my captors felt no emotion.
All right, let's see if I can do this right.
To inflict pain. All he feels is intense and destructive.
There's the Delirium portal. Okay.
Are you the great?
And now things go completely off the rails. There we go. In case you were wondering what just happened, me too. Also, that was very loud. All of that was very loud. That's Delirium. And if you didn't notice, one of the big problems... Oh, sweet. Awakened Added Fire is leveled up. Sick. In case you don't know what just happened, yeah, no one really does. Basically, what you were looking at was when you hit the Delirium portal, everything goes grayscale, basically, foggy. And the big problem, especially with a map like this, is it's very hard to tell without looking at the minimap, which is why I have the minimap centered. It's very hard to tell where the edges of stuff are, like where these edges are, because of the fog. So most of the time, weirdly enough, I just look at the minimap and just follow the path. And I got I almost got level 6 Delirium. Right down here, you'll see the Delirium rewards, and it'll show whether it's like essences or, in this case, what was it? It was... Yeah, it's mostly essences, with some currency and other stuff. The rewards are great, but like, holy cow, is it kind of a hot mess to look at. I don't even want to know what it looks like on your guys' end. Like, with the stream bitrate and everything. But it's cool because there's those special monsters that spawn. That one boss that took me a few seconds to kill in the middle, that's an actual Delirium boss that just shows up whenever he wants and like loves to one-shot you. I'm gonna try to kill the Minotaur. I've done it once deathless, but he is not easy. Yeah, let's do it. Come here. Die, please. I am so dead right here. Yes, I am. Oh, I got him. Woo! Yes, he has a lot of life now. A lot. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to leave yet. I've got loot to get. The other problem with Delirium is, as you saw towards the end, the fog basically chases you. As you go, the fog will catch up to you, and if you let it, it will end the event and you'll get less rewards. So if you want more rewards, the best thing to do is to just keep moving. And unfortunately, that means no time to... I mean, you saw how chaotic it was. There's basically no time to stop and pick things up. And a lot of this stuff I don't need to be picking up, which is kind of the argument for the other way. But I play this game to loot. Like, kinda like what makes it fun for me. That and like crafting, upgrading, doing all this like theory crafting stuff. But I've never played an Impale build before, by the way, but it's a lot of fun and actually pretty strong.
I believe in traveling light.
And I still have my loot filter on like very strict or something like that, and I'm still getting massive amounts. Like, look at these essences. Like, before this league, it would take like a full day to get this many essences. I get them from one Delirium drop. Love it. But yeah, the problem is, if you want full value out of your Delirium encounters, you have to backtrack afterwards and pick up all the loot. Because if you do it as you're going, the stuff will catch up to you too quick. Now, I know that there's probably builds that are so incredibly fast that it doesn't even matter. They can stop and pick stuff up and just, like, outrun it anyway. But that's, like, few and far between. And it makes me a little bit sad that that's kind of the direction that they went. I know I've talked about this before. I didn't like this league at all, because of that mechanic. It just felt bad, and they've done a lot to fix it. Not to be needlessly negative. Only that was a dime. Okay. OBS is dead. Okay, well, this is a thing. For those of you on YouTube watching this, there we go. That was what an OBS disconnection looks like. All right, we're back. We should be back. Are we back? I'm gonna say we're back. I was talking about...
Glad you made it back.
Totally unnecessary thing. Oh no, I was talking about...
Inquisitive.
That ring I just got. That's the Shaper ring. So it would work. I could get like Assassin's Mark on hit, but it's not a diamond. Sad.
Hello.
Ooh, crit chance and qualities, actually really nice.
Need a map, Exile? Stay sane.
Alright, well, let's not do another Minotaur map, because those are pain. I do kind of want to work on getting these Conquerors done. I'm almost done. This is new, too. This is, when you spawn Conquerors in an area, it'll show you how many left, and then the blue ones are ones that actually contain, like, the Conqueror themselves. And then once these are full, you actually fight them, and then you fight all four, and we might actually get to fight Cirrus tonight. Wow, I am just dropping frames. Wow. Yeah.